Hello, everybody. Bienvenido a todo. Welcome to Abrupt with me, Abrupt, and we are in Train Sim World 5 as always. And after a couple of videos in Shat Peak, we are back in West Coast Mainline South, which is the modern day part of the West Coast Main Line between Milton Keynes and Euston. As previous videos, I'm playing with the enhancement pack and timetable mod installed, so there's some better textures and there's like branding for London Northwestern. And I've also just installed this mod which claims to make the snow look better, and I think it kind of does. It looks like kind of fluffier, maybe a bit more real. Anyway, I am on foot, which means I'm spawning in a train. And the train I'm going to spawn in is I'm going to spawn in an 87. Full executive livery. And I'm going to take it down into Euston. Now, I'm not like trying to. This is like Railtour, so it's like I haven't done like a scenario with like lots of old trains that would match it. It's all going to be modern timetable-y stuff, and then my old BR liveried 87. So I shall give it a go. Give it that go. Should be here. There we go. Intercity. Spawn. Oh, wrong button. There we go, and it's like a full rake. We've got the brake van and the Mark IIIs all there, nice and long. Oh look, are we? There goes a Pendolino. Came out of there, Nana. Now let's get up, climb up the steps, and we shall make a move. But yeah, I'm not going to put the DSD on. Well, I'll just go and look at it, just because it means I go into the engine room like, ooh, mechanical, industrial, 1970s and 60s gloom. There it is. DVD, and then typed up there again, DVD. But let's go back and oh, we got some. Let me. Now, obviously, because we're in a non-Pendolino train, even though we'll be able to get to 110, we won't be able to go to the 125. Hey, synchronized. Look, they look like. I don't know why it makes me laugh when they synchronize like that. It's like I'm thinking of like flappers, like going like that. Yes, that is what my mind went to for some reason. I can't explain how my brain works. Right now. Ooh, demister, yes. I'm going to turn the demister on. Cab heat, yes. No, I don't need tail lights. Warm air lights, that's for sure. Take down the. Oh no, I still need it on. Press that up. It should be fine. How does everything look? Set path. Okay, yeah, we'll do non-stop to Euston. I think I've done enough videos of this. If you want to like slower one, then you can find them. What's this train? 1528. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll pull into platform 1, I think. Yeah, but I don't want. Copper. Yeah, I think it'll be empty by the time we get there. Right. Do I need to do anything else? Ooh, we're so long, we're off the end of the platform. brake light on, everything's on. Okay, I'll take the brakes off and I will begin running us up. I hope we're going to get put on the fast lines. Oh, it's keeping us on the slow lines and then it's putting us on the fast lines. Yeah, it's going to keep us on the slow lines for a bit. I guess there's a bunch of pendolinos scheduled. Now, I don't know if there are neutral sections implemented on this part of the line. I don't know if it's still a thing or if they are there in real life, but they're not there in this game, in this route, or if they're just not there. And I'm absolutely not going to be able to keep an eye out for any signs there may be. So I assume if there are, randomly the power's going to cut out, and if there aren't, it'll be fine. I have taken this train on this route going north, and I don't recall anything, but I was really just doing it to make like some pictures and videos, really, so I wasn't actually paying that much attention to what was going on, so I could be wrong. Ooh, look at us, look at us. So this was like the old days. Logo hold sets up and down. Okay. Let's saunter up. Well, it says I can go to, is that 80? Or 85? Which I will do, but if we're going to eventually switch over to the fast line, then I think the switches get taken at 60, if I'm not wrong, so I won't be in a rush to get to high speeds. Oh, now it says I'm going to go to 100! But I think we have a while before we switch. I think we're going to be switching, yeah, after Bletchley. Bletchley. Oh, gorgeous, ain't it? I mean, I'll accept it. Maybe isn't anything special, just as a thing, but with the livery, the intercity livery, looks great. And I'm filming this on a Friday the 6th of December, and we've had 5 days of reveals for TSW. I think they did mention it, and I think I mentioned in a previous video that like December was going to be their here's what's coming next type month. So we've had 5 days and 5 reveals, and it's like a mixture of things. So the first day I think was a new route announcement being made by a third party, and it's the London Overground between I think it's called the Mildmay line now, and it runs between Stratford and Wilson Junction. In real life it branches off, and one branch goes to Clapham Junction, one goes to Richmond, but it's like a solo dev, so I guess it's their first route, and it's like 12 miles long, but it's fairly dense. Like if that 12 miles, if you've ever been in London and done that, it takes forever. So I think it's pretty good. I unfortunately looked at the forums and just saw a wall of moans of people complaining about it. Why doesn't it go to Richmond? It's like, just don't buy it then. Like, it's a solo dev, first time, wants to like do something and has found a chunk of line that's dense, lots of services, a train that's really cool and like fairly ubiquitous and associated with London Overground. Just accept it. Stop complaining. Rant over. And so yeah, that'll be. There's no date on it or anything. It was just revealed as like this is being worked on. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I have done that route in real life many times. And it was, as a passenger, it's very frustrating. Because it just you're trying to get somewhere and it just isn't fast. But it's actually very useful as well, because it means you don't have to go into Central and then out again. It's like forms part of like the overground circle around London. Are we on the fast lane? No, we're not. We're not. Oh no, we are coming down to 60 to go on to the okay, if you're basically saying that yeah, so that's announcement one, and pretty exciting because it's a new dev who I think like cut their teeth by using the editor, and has now sort of like been sort of tempted into trying to make a route, which is great because that's exactly what the editor was for back in the day. It was like encourage people to sort of use their imagination, push what they want to do, and then once they get used to it, create a little micro studio and start creating routes. So good luck to them. I think they're called Incredible Trains, and the screenshots they've been sharing look great. So I'm excited for that. The second day was, I think it was a Metrolink livery, a Metrolink train, which is like a version of the F40. That didn't interest me so much. Yeah, it was just sort of like, it is what it is. I don't know. It's American logos have to be pretty interesting to like snatch me away, and this one just isn't. Then there was an announcement about the Cole Narcan timetable update, which is going to have like something insane like 2,000 AI services and 1,000 playable services, like really up there. And that's coming in. They said that's coming soon, but they didn't say when. And then there was an update about, what was the other one? There was a there was an announcement for the what do they call them? Like enhancement packs, loco packs? They're not even loco packs now. Just like I think like gameplay packs. That's it. So they had already teased that they were going to be doing this, and they were going to announce them at some point in December, and they have. So there's one for each route. The one for this route for West Coast Main Line is some aggregate hoppers, I think, that are basically a sort of more sort of updated realistic livery, and then that will add some timetable services with the Class 66. So it's not like an actual new loco, it's just a new some new stock for freight trains. And alongside with that, they also announced that the West Coast Main Line timetable update, which is basically using what this mod does and adding the London Overground and Bakerloo line services into the actual timetable. So that's coming in December. I think it's coming next week or something, around the same time as the gameplay packs. The one for Germany is, I think it's the BR110, or is it 111? That will be layering in. Well, no, you have to buy it. It's like a separate loco, and it comes with the M-Wagon stock. And you'll basically be getting that, adding some regional express services to Frankfurt Fulda. And then for the LA San Bernardino line, you're going to get a Christmas-themed train, like with Christmas lights down the side, and some holiday services, I think. Which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Just because, there's supposed to be a cargo line volume 3 coming that I think might add stuff to West Coast Main Line anyway. So I kind of don't particularly want to buy that if it's just going to add like a handful of services, and then the cargo line one is as well. So I'll wait and see, but it's not out till I think it says it's the 12th, so that'll be next week, like a week away. And then, so that was day 4, and then day 5, which is today, the Friday, was the, as expected, announcement from Just Trains that they're working on the Class 86 so this is the Class 87 obviously, Lovely, lovely train, but the loco that preceded this, the AC electric loco that preceded this, was the 86, and it has like a different cab, has like a 3-window cab, but importantly, because we already knew the 86 was coming, well, we didn't know, but it was spoiled, and people had like guessed from the little teaser image that it was going to be an 86. But what we have got confirmation on is that they're making the Mark II Fs as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So the Mark IIs are... We have Mark IIs in the game, but they are Mark II As. And Mark II As are... Mark II As are the ones that have windows a bit like this. They have like... They don't have... They have like the square windows with like the little... They open on the top, and that was like the days before aircon. Then the Mark II Fs came along, and they are built. They basically look very similar externally to these, but they have slightly different details around the doors. I think they have flat roofs. They don't have these lines, and they'll have a slightly more dated interior than this. But they're pretty cool, nevertheless, and I'm very excited for that, because with the Mark II Fs, the Mark 1s, the Mark II As, and the Mark IIIs, we're pretty much set for UK rolling stock, like non-powered rolling stock. You can make a lot of different things, so I'm very happy about that. And I do think we maybe need a Mark II brake. Like I think they made some Mark IIs that were like half passenger, half brake vans, and I think they tended to use them more towards the end of these loco sets than the Mark I carriages that are here. So that might be good to have. But otherwise, yeah, I am super duper excited. Like, yeah, that one is the best of the week, I think. And maybe the overground joint with the overground. I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that's no dates for any of this stuff. Just that, well, apart from the gameplay packs, which are next week, the rest is just sort of coming at an undisclosed date. I assume because the Cologne Aachen timetable update has been going for years now. That should be coming soon. The new Metrolink loco, I don't know when that will come. The overground looks like, I mean, there's lots of very impressive screenshots being shared, but that doesn't mean anything. It could still be like 6 months away. And we have I don't know where that sun is coming from, but oh, look, we have our Eurovision livery too. Lovely. Oh, we got everything. So yeah, with that, what else is there? Like, that's 5 days, and there's still 5 days next week, and I guess 5 days the week after. I mean, I guess we're going to get like 15 announcements. I don't think they're making them on the weekend. Maybe they are making them on the weekend. No, I don't know. No, they aren't, because they didn't start on Sunday. They start on Monday. So yeah, I guess it's 5 days per week or announcements. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. It means that some of the timetable enhancements that are in this timetable mod will be in the base route. I assume there'll still be a timetable mod, because this one has got like the network rail measurement train in it, and it's got the what else is it? Well, it has the liveries you can select for the Virgin trains as well. Or maybe that's the enhancement pack. Oh, I don't know. I assume there'll still be some element of a timetable pack, because they might not be touching the number of Pendolinos or Avanti or London Northwestern services, and the enhancement pack will still be necessary, because basically all the branding and stuff is part of that pack, so you'll still need to download the mod if you want that. So yeah, that'll be exciting anyway, and yeah, we'll see what the next few things broke. I'm excited for the 86 though. There'll be so much variation on that line over the shap. Especially with the Mark IIs, the Mark IIs. Because the thing is, the Mark 1s, although the Mark 2As that we have in the game, that like they do show up on that line, but they're like all in BR blue because there's not an official intercity livery. But these Mark 2s should have an intercity livery, which means some of the formations in the game should start looking a bit better. And also because I think you would sometimes see a mixture of Mark 2As and 2Fs. So yeah, it should give us some interesting contests on Shap Summit, which is a great route. Go and watch my videos. Go and play it. Go and buy it. It's great. Because he's given us this lovely locker. And like in comparison to this part of the West Coast Main Line, it is so much harder. This bit of the West Coast Main Line in the south, it's flat, it's easy. You can just put the train power on and just like saunter up. Oh, did I really just turn it off? Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh, I've got to wait for it to like come down fully. Oh, let's be big silly. Well, we're at 105 and we're slightly downhill, so I shouldn't lose too much speed. Gorgeous, ain't it? Gorgeous. Alright, I shall. Get to 20 and then... Yeah, super excited about this, the next few months with Chain Sim World. Still not sure what the next actual route is going to be. I don't think it'll be London Overground because they just announced it. And there's other routes that are announced before, I think, like... Well, although we actually haven't had any visuals for Cardiff City yet, so I'm interested in seeing that. They haven't announced the loco that comes with it yet either, so I'm guessing that could be one of the announcements. So that excites me. Oh yeah, what I'm looking forward to with I'm hoping that they're going to announce like a remaster of Northern Transpennine. Oh, well, we're only going through it. Hello, train. We'll be at 110 again soon. I would love a remaster of Northern Transpennine. I would love better, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. What else would I like a remaster of? I mean, a lot of the British routes have been remastered now. Like Southeastern High Speed has, Cathcart Circle, and pretty much everything after those kind of doesn't need it. So the ones from before then are basically Tyne, Tees, South, East Coast Way. Did I go? Is that going because I went through a because I went through a neutral section just because I overloaded it somehow. Whoosh. Alright, let's see. What does this look like with these lights? Looks like it's set up to be like a a lighting thing for okay, right. Right, motion blur. I think that looks good. Well, actually, I might exposure. Oh, that's why it does it. Oh. Oh no. Well, it is what it is. I got one picture. I can Photoshop it. (25:4) in the game. I don't know, I was just looking thinking, oh my god, it's 25:4 in real life. I'm like, it's not. See, I'm super happy with the West Coast main lines we have in the game. I mean, this one is partly because of the mod, which makes it fun. But as we're getting updates still, and that update will come out next week for West Coast Mainline, I'm still excited about the base game as well. And yeah, I think the literally when they were sort of in the survey which came out recently, they were asking like, oh, what should we do next? I was like, you don't need to keep adding features. You've added the features that the game needs. What you need to do now is just focus on making everything that's in the game better, more reliable, more consistent performance, better, more functionality for the features that are there. We don't need... I mean, I know people love the idea of multiplayer, but I have no idea why. I think the amount of effort they'll end up putting into it and what they get at the end of it will probably be nothing. So yeah, I'm just like, just keep adding great content and giving players the freedom to sort of create scenarios. So like, give us the portals, give us the we got a HST, we got Mark 3s meeting Mark 3s, Mark 3As meeting Mark 3Bs, 270s locos meeting the 43 and the 87. And we got a 350 as well. Oh, by the way, I do recommend you take the HST over the Shaft Summit as well. It's fun. Like I said, that route is more fun with diesels, because even though the 87 is a great loco, electric makes light use, makes light easy. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It makes like it gets over the Shaft Summit easily because it's got a huge amounts of wattage and it doesn't have to do anything. Diesel just takes that little bit more effort. It's a little bit harder, requires a little bit more attention to what you're doing to like maximize the kind of speeds. To be fair, the HST, because it has 2 power cars and it's kind of like, I suppose, lightweight compared to the massive huge locos. It actually handles the Shaft Summit pretty well, but it's still fun. But get a Intercity Executive or Intercity Swallow livery from the Creators Club and then just take it for a whirl up there. I mean, they did say in the dev stream that like it wasn't regularly used by HSTs in that era because it was obviously it's an electric route, and HSTs would primarily have been used on the like diesel routes where electric services weren't an option, but also they did eventually come to be used quite frequently on the West Coast Main Line, but that was part of the cross-country franchise, and that wasn't like invented until the early 90s um, when British Rail were basically being privatised, and they were sort of told to like create a sort of sector, a franchise basically that will link cities that aren't on the same main lines, so basically cross-country. So like if you've ever been on a cross-country train, you know that like 1 minute you're on the West Coast Main Line, then you're on some little local line, some branch line, then you're back on a sort of Midland Main Line, and vice versa, etc., etc. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Where are we? Ah, Watford. Good old Watford. Oh, love it. See all the lights on in the train as well. Well, it's quite dark from the outside, but that's not surprising. Okay, speed up. My only concern is that platform 1 is empty when we get there. Because I just assume that like, oh well, the train that's occupying it now will be gone. Look, it is gone. But there could be a train ahead of us that's going to take it. Hello, 350. Ooh, was that 710? Yes, it was. Yeah, also with an 86 and maybe the 87 as well, we can start, and the Mark 2s and Mark 3s, we can start contemplating that maybe vintage Great Eastern Main Line might be durable someday. I'm trying to think what trains you would be using on that. So Great Eastern Main Line goes between London and Norwich, I think, or Ipswich. Oh, sorry. And but in the old days, I think in the 80s still, like not the whole thing was electrified, but most of it was. So like there were expresses to Norwich, I think, that were using electric locos, and once various old electric locos had been discarded from the West Coast Main Line in favour of other trains, they sort of ended up on those Anglia services, and it continued into privatisation. So my expectation could be you could maybe do an 86 and a bunch of Mark 2s on that line, but then what else did you need? I know that 321s ran, and then there was a bunch of like old first generation electrics that were still working out there. Bear in mind, like the lines into Liverpool Street are overhead electrification. They're not third rail electrification, so it's not another third rail southern unit. Although I would be happy with more third rail southern units if they were vintage, like Network Southeast. That would be brilliant. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have no idea why reason to think that. Just that, it would be nice. Lots of things would be nice, to be honest. Had to answer a question to enter the competition they're doing at the moment for like a DLC or something, and it was like, what loco would you have if you could have any loco? And I was like, Class 90 and the Mark 3 DVT, 100%. I want a DVT, really want a DVT, because then we can do intercity swallow era on the West Coast Main Line, south and north. Right. It's got 9 miles left. Saunter along. At some point we'll be told we have to get down. Another overground train! That was a 5-car train. Got some new commuter trains coming to Madrid soon. I've seen them on test. They're like hybrid single decker and double decker, and I think they're Stadler Flirt, so they look kind of similar to the ones that they have on the they just launched in Wales, and the ones that they just launched in, well, actually they've been around for quite a few years in Greater Anglia. So that's interesting. I'll be looking forward to when they come out. They look wonderfully modern. Because I think they've got some CAF ones coming as well, which is the CAF Civita. Modern version of that, and that's wait, no, what? Stadler Flirt, yeah, and then CAF. Is it Civita? I think it's Civita, yeah. We'll see. Because I think the basic idea is just making them more higher capacity than the current trains, which will be good. Well, we still got some new metro trains to come as well for Line 1, which has really old, like 80s trains, which I quite like the look of, but they're not very nice to use inside. So hopefully that'll be good. And I noticed that the Piccadilly lines trains are on test, not in the tunnels or on the network. They're being tested like in Derbyshire or something. That'll be interesting because they're supposed to have like proper air conditioning inside, which will be like amazing if it works. Try not to sound snooty when I say that, like if it worked. I'm just saying, like, it gets very hot in those 2 trains. For people to feel it works, it's gonna have to feel cool in there, and I'm skeptical it can do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, 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 no. And you can see, like, I chose snow because I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. A lot of my videos from now until after Christmas are going to be snowing because I'm feeling festive, and I mean feeling festive. My tree is up. It was up at the end of November, and I've gone on a wrapping spree. So I was just like, oh, I ordered some stuff like maybe a couple of weeks ago from AliExpress, and when it came, I was like, I could just use this now because it's why I didn't expect to. That's what I expected, or I could wrap it and have it for Christmas. And then there's more to unwrap on Christmas Day. And yeah, I wrapped it up. So just so I can have more things to unwrap on Christmas Day. And I honestly, like, I will say, full on, that the reason I do this is because last year, because for a few Christmases it was just me, my partner, and the dog here in Madrid. And we will just like buy each other 1 or 2 things each. But then I was at home last year, and my mum and dad get like dozens of presents. Like they're like exchanging presents with everyone, and I was sat there like with my 2 presents that I'd got, and they were just there for hours unwrapping theirs. And then we went to my sister's house, and my nephews were unwrapping their presents, and that was another like 2 hours of them unwrapping theirs. And I was like, I want a little bit of this action, to be honest. And my partner isn't really Christmassy at all, so I couldn't expect him to just be like, buy me like 20 presents. So instead of taking it upon myself to buy things that I want for Christmas Day and then wrap them up. So there's like boxes of chocolates wrapped up, there's like a bottle of liquor that I'll have on Christmas Day wrapped up. Like it took me everything not to like get some lamb shank and wrap it up and put it under the chair. Maybe that's not smelling by the time Christmas comes around. But yeah, I'm feeling festive, like obnoxiously festive. Actually, there's no Christmas decorations behind me. That's good. They're all on the walls around. I did think of we got some like really old crappy tree that I could like put on the table behind, but it'll just distract from my beauty. So, no. Look, it's becoming dusky as we approach London. Whoa. Whoa. But yeah, I am feeling quite content with this game at the moment. Um, I've never really had much music complaint, but like I would say maybe a couple of years ago, it felt like it didn't have enough content and there wasn't enough variety. Whereas now I'm kind of like, you know what? There's a lot. I mean, and look at me. I just really kind of like playing the hell out of the West Coast Main Line. So I ain't one to even be talking about variety. But it does have it now, I think, a decent amount. Granted, it's obviously not world yet. Like, we don't have Spain, we have a little bit of France, but we don't have places like unusual places. But we are getting Japan soon. That's on the list. What else is on the list, actually? Is there? Oh, and the Netherlands. They're on the list. They're being worked on. That's one of my most look forward to routes to see how that turns out. But I think that's going to be a long time in the making because I think they're making 2 locos with that one. What else? I'm trying to think if am I missing anything from various roadmaps? Was anything new added? Like a new thing that I should be remembering? I'm trying to think. There was there? I'm trying to think if there was a question on the survey about like, is there a country you would like to see that hasn't been brought in yet? I don't think there was, but if there was, I would probably have said Spain. I usually say it. I've definitely said it on other surveys. I've shoehorned it into question and like answers that aren't really asking me that, but I'm usually like, excuse me, just so you know, Spain has one of the most varied railway systems in the world. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Because it's true. It's like the conventional rails were built with Iberian gauge, which is like broad gauge, and then the whole bunch of like little rail networks around the north and the east were built with meter gauge, and then they started building their high speed network with standard gauge. So they've got like 3 gauges in widespread use, and they have trains that switch between the standard gauge and the broad gauge regularly, like using complicated mechanicals, and it'd be absolutely great to see that like simulated in the game. With the of course the acceptance that like most railway lines in Spain, outside of like the AVE between the big cities, it isn't very busy. Like you might get like commuter services in Barcelona and Madrid can be quite busy at times, but I think you'd struggle with a lot of lines that run, because Spain is like very much, you have your cities and then there's not much between them, which means unlike say like this line for example, where you can run your point to point intercity, but you can also run a local stopping service that stops at like 8 or 9 stations in between. You just don't get that with Spanish cities, because the cities are very high dense and they don't spread out much. So once the trains have left the big cities, it's really only if they happen to pass by another big town or city, and there usually aren't that many along the way. So, well, the AVE makes sense because strong point to point just bypasses places that don't justify it. And often when they do have stations, they're well outside of town. So I think Segovia has an old conventional station, but then it has an AVE station. And the AVE station is like nowhere near town. It's like a drive away. And same for Tarragona and Cuenca as well. And that did have its conventional railway station closed. Oh! Okay, well, we got to the end of the service. I I think that might be the first time I've ever hit the buffer so hard I derailed the train. Oh, what can I say? I'm a bit tired. I will say it like that way. Um, yeah. What can I say? You got the full route, and you got a surprise ending. So yeah, that's like cinema. Hmm. I just imagine you just watched like a Martin Scorsese film. You got a twist at the end. So well, that's that. I, uh, I do need to get out of the UK routes, but it's trying to get Frankfurt Fulda because there's that little bit in the middle around Hanau that's like really bad for stuttering. And it always annoys me because it's such a long route as well. If you're doing end to end, and then right in the middle of it, or like right 2/3 of the way through, or a third of the way through, you get this like sort of really poor quality. So yeah, we'll see. And I don't really fancy doing San. I mean, what I'm probably going to do is the packs next week. I'll end up buying the UK one just because. I'll see how much they are. I think they usually like 7 or 8 quid, for individually, and then like 15 to 20 quid as a group. They should be because there's not that much. They don't actually add much gameplay in the grand scheme of things. But they've always been topsy turvy. Some do more than others. I think the TSW4 game packs that we got the RHTT with, or was that TSW3? That was TSW3. Yeah, because we got the Doppler. Yeah, I don't know if we had them last year, did we? Or if we did, I don't know if I bought them. What were the routes last year? No, I don't think we had them last year because we had that Austrian route, and I don't remember there being anything for that. And we had the uh, the American route that we got in the game, like not San Bernardino, Antelope Valley. Um, I don't think there's been any sort of additional stuff for that. And similarly for the UK route, which was East Coast Mainline, I don't think anything was added. I think it came with the spirit that the Steam, the Blind Scotsman and everything. So yeah. We'll see. We'll see what it's priced like, and I'll see if I want to get it. And if I do get it, I'll make a video about it. Because I don't mind I like the freight on this route, but the modded timetable doesn't have freight, but the unmodded timetable does, but obviously doesn't have as many services. But next week we're getting an update to the base timetable, the core timetable, which means with the freight and the core improvements, maybe it will be a better timetable, and it'll be nice to show off the freight work. So yeah, I'll give it a think, see what I'm gonna do. Obviously, maybe I'll also do a video of the shop because I'm really enjoying it. And I have tried making some videos with the 47 and the 37s, and it's difficult because it's really fun, but it's also very loud for the end, the diesels, and really difficult to do. So they're either broken up into very small segments, so it's like only a short video, or they're very long, too much to do a video. Did I make one with the 31? I think I did, didn't I? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But anyway, yeah, I might be back in that to make videos. You never know. But yeah, like I said, the thing I'm looking forward to probably more than anything, well, London Overground, yes. But that might be a while off yet. But and actually the 86 might be a while off. But those Mark IIs, I'm so excited for. That's gonna be my like get in, give us the Mark II air conditioned, get in, and yep. I'll leave it there, and I'll say thank you for watching it. Thank you for making it through to the end. And sorry that the end was like just a damp squib, and I crashed into the buffers and derailed the train. Doesn't happen very often. Usually I get to a red signal before that happens, but I don't usually upload videos where this happens, but I'm going to upload this one, I think. But I will say thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. So, adieu, hasta luego.